There were no calls made that morning. No follow-up text. No coded signal. No voice note sent with low volume and high stakes. Not even a coffee order. By 7 a.m., the blueprint was folded, not sharply, but intentionally, then placed inside a matte black leather document case. The same one Emera had refused to throw away years ago. The same one she had once threatened to burn. By 8:10 a.m., she stood on the second-floor terrace of the Danvu consultancy headquarters in the quiet quarter of Navarro Heights, dressed in a navy wrap skirt and a collarless cream blouse. No sleeves. Hair slicked into a long, coiled bun that rested like a crown. Her assistant, Johnny, approached quietly.
The bid is being finalized,
he said. Emera did not turn around.
Let the final version be printed. 3 hard copies. Sealed.
Done.
And Johnny.
Yes, Miss Danvu.
Make sure the document case is black leather. No branding.
There was a pause. Johnny didn't ask questions. He had learned not to. Elsewhere, high above the soundproof glass of the Coluca Exchange building, Ruye Avoko stood at the far end of a boardroom long enough to seat 20 and quiet enough to hear ambition breathing. He wore a black mandarin collar shirt, gold-threaded cufflinks, and nothing on his face but the unreadable calm of a man who had already survived something he couldn't name.
Danvu's firm has entered the bid,
said a voice behind him. Ruye didn't nod.
Didn't think they would.
Still, nothing. He watched the city stretch and breathe below, high-rises like chess pieces. Glass, shadow, power.
Should I have security screen the folders before the gallery meeting?
Now he turned.
Why?
No reason. Just it seems odd, that's all. You and Danvu. The timing.
Ruye walked to the table. He didn't sit.
There's nothing odd about order,
he said.
It always returns. That's what makes it dangerous.
The public gallery meeting was held at the Terra Vault, Vandala's most photogenic exhibition space, at a structure carved into the hillside near the coastline, layered in glass and quarried stone. The Danvu and Avoko teams entered separately, as they always had. But there was no ignoring what lingered when they arrived 10 minutes apart and yet stood side by side for the presentation. Emera took the lead. Her voice was cool, commanding, clean. Ruye handled the counter-brief, no rebuttals, only reframes. They disagreed. But only on timing. They differed. But only on elevation. They corrected. But only in architectural language. And the press called it a bold collaboration between historic competitors. The design world called it unexpected symmetry. But the ones who watched more closely, the ones who knew what love looked like when it was repressed to the point of elegance, called it dangerous. Later that evening, in a private gallery space 2 floors below the main exhibition hall, Emera stood in front of a massive translucent panel, an etching of their original 2016 design, the one that had never been built. The one that had nearly broken her. Ruye stepped in beside her. No greeting. No apology. No intimacy. Just placement. Like architecture.
You said you'd never stand beside this drawing again,
he said.
I lied.
You don't usually.
I do when the truth won't hold.
The silence was soft. So was the floor. Ruye nodded at the etched spiral at the base of the structure.
That was always the part they didn't understand.
They still don't,
she replied.
It's a garden disguised as a foundation. It's a softness hidden under a vertical.
He turned slightly.
Like us.
She almost smiled. Almost. It was Emera who broke the next rule. Not with a kiss. Not with a name. Not even with touch. But with the invitation.
I need a neutral site tomorrow. A walkthrough,
she said.
4.
Proof of concept. There's a model underway at Jusa Quarry.
Outside Vandala.
Yes.
And you want me there.
I didn't say want.
Another silence. But Ruye understood. She wasn't asking for presence. She was authorizing proximity. That was rarer,
I'll send my schedule.
he said.
I won't shift it. But I'll match it.
Her reply was brief.
Expected.
The following day, under the burnished gold sky of the Jusa region, the prototype of the Danvu Avoko design rose like an impossible question answered halfway. Carved glass beams. Grounded concrete softened by vine-threaded scaffolding. Solar shade fins that looked more like sculpture than tech. And at the center, a white bowl garden that had not yet been filled, just mapped in white gravel. They arrived separately again. But this time, neither hid it. Ruye wore no jacket. Just a black shirt tucked into dove grey trousers, sleeves pushed, as always, to the elbow. Emera's fitted beige suit jacket was cinched at the waist. Her heels clicked against the limestone. They didn't tour the structure together. They walked its spine on opposite flanks, like guards pacing a shared perimeter. Until the midpoint. Until the garden bowl. Until she stopped walking. Until he did too. There was no one else present. Not within earshot. Not even within lens range. And still, they didn't touch. She knelt at the edge of the unfilled basin, tracing the circle with her fingers.
This will be the first place light hits,
she said. He stood beside her, hands in pockets.
And the last.
Her voice lowered.
That's what makes it sacred.
Ruye didn't argue. Because he knew it wasn't about architecture anymore. That night, neither of them returned to their respective homes. There was no hotel check-in. No record. No address entry logged. Only the private villa registered to a dormant offshore holding under Emera's name, the one she had once designed as a retreat for herself, and never used. Until now. Until they had nothing else to explain. No blueprint to unroll. No sketches to cross out. No wine to pour. Only silence. Only bodies. Only knowing. And in the morning, when she woke alone but unafraid, Emera found the breakfast tray on the console, croissant, espresso, no message. But tucked under the napkin, a single card. His handwriting. One line. The version untouched by fear. She didn't cry. She didn't smile. She simply folded the card. And placed it inside the same black case as the blueprint. Because some forms of order aren't made for display. They are made for returning to.